Hi everyone, it's Beebee and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we're going to be doing a little Q&A. I thought it'd be kind of a fun video for y'all to get to know me, and for those of you who are in my Twitch community, I thought it'd be fun for you to get to know me a little bit better. I asked my chat, do you have any questions for me? I'm going to put these in a YouTube video. Drop me your questions. I'll answer them, maybe. So first question.
What's your standard Starbucks order? I used to work there and I'm curious. LOL.
That's a great question because I go to Starbucks almost every day like the degenerate that I am. And I usually get a Trenta iced coffee with vanilla instead of classic syrup and extra cream. If I'm feeling super extra, I will get an iced blonde vanilla latte, which is basically the same thing but more caffeine.
What will be your next hair color?
Good question, because I do dye my hair a lot and I've been thinking about this one. I'm really hesitant to change my hair color at this point because I've been associated with pink for so long. If and when I do dye my hair again, I'm thinking some shade of blue.
Do you collect squishmallows? If so, what's your favorite squishmallow you have?
I actually don't collect squishmallows. However, there are some that I really want. The little cow babies, they're so cute, but they're impossible to find. And if you can find them, it's because they're being resold by a scalper for a ridiculous amount of money because they're so freaking cute. So if I ever were to collect squishmallows, it would be all of the really cute cow ones. I do have a lot of other plushes though. I have a Kirby, as you can see right there, and I also have a Snorlax. This is my baby. And I don't know if it counts, but somehow I'm on the squishmallow side of TikTok. So there's that.
Favorite fandoms, games, movies, etc.
I would say my fandoms are pretty much mostly limited to like games. I love Nintendo games, most notably Animal Crossing, Pokemon, Zelda, things like that. I don't really have any like super deep fandoms in like books or TV shows or movies or things like that. I don't know if that makes me boring, but I don't really like watch a lot of stuff anymore like I used to. I also love Pusheen and Sanrio characters, if that counts as fandoms. Like I'm looking around my room at like merch of things that I have, and it's mostly Nintendo related or Sanrio or Pusheen.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Spare time? What's that? Sleep, play games, talk to boyfriend, watch Twitch streams. Sometimes I like to practice drawing. I am not super good at it, but it is a hobby. I did go to school for art, but I wouldn't really consider myself like an artist. I also like crafting. I like making stickers. I have like a really nice printer and a silhouette machine so I can like cut things out with it. And I also have a heat press. Basically, I can like create designs in vinyl, cut them out, and then actually heat press them onto something like clothing. And I really want to do more with that. But I would say in my spare time, I usually just get things done. I go shopping and I clean and things like that. Usually nothing too exciting. I'll try to relax with some Twitch or some YouTube, play some games. I've been playing New Leaf on the DS, and I've been playing a ton of Tetris. I know that's super not exciting, but it's like zen for my mind. After days where I stream in my spare time, well, lately I haven't really had any spare time. I've basically just been creating content. I've been recording YouTube videos and I've been recording TikTok. So I haven't actually had a whole lot of spare time on days that I am streaming and recording and things like that. But I pretty much just like to vibe. That's pretty much it.
How many Starbucks points do you have on the Starbucks app?
This question is from my very own boyfriend, and quite frankly, I'm offended because he's calling me out. I have an absurd amount of points. I hoard them until I'm forced to use them, and then I spend them on really nice cups when I am able to find them. Like this one.
You've mentioned some of the troubles of having a long-distance relationship. What are some of the things you enjoy about long distance?
I mean, I don't really enjoy being in a long distance relationship. It's really hard. But if I had to choose something that I enjoy about it, I would say we are always in a Discord call. Literally always, unless we're like streaming or something. We are literally always in a Discord call. We're actually in a Discord call right now. He can't hear me because I'm on mute, but it's just kind of like the act of like feeling like we're together, you know? And I think that's really precious in its own way, because once we aren't long distance anymore, that's probably something we'll look back very fondly on. And also, I would say something that's nice is the absolute joy that we get when we do get to see each other and spend time with each other. It feels that much more precious and special when we do see each other. But it's very hard being apart. We are 2,700 miles away.
Do you have plans to move closer to 8th, or for 8th to move closer to you?
Yes, that's all I will say. Yes, yes. We are moving in together this summer. I will be moving across the country to live with him, and I'm very excited. Scared, but excited.
Is mayonnaise an instrument?
Adri, you good? I don't know. Maybe it's one of those existential questions like, what is art? Well, it's art if you call it art. Maybe mayonnaise is an instrument if you call it an instrument.
How do you decompress after stream?
After stream, usually the first thing I do is go and grab some food because I'm usually really hungry. I mean, I'm going 4 or 5 or even maybe more hours without food if I'm not taking a break to eat. So usually the first thing I do is go and grab a snack or make some dinner. And then I like to take my makeup off and change into comfy clothes like my pajamas. Depending on the mood, I will basically either get in bed and watch TikToks, or I will watch a Twitch stream or watch YouTube, something to clear my mind. And also lately I've been playing a lot of Tetris, like a lot of Tetris. I have Tetris Effect for the PS4 and I am very hyper fixated on Tetris right now. Like I close my eyes and like I see Tetris shapes.
Do the games you play in your free time differ from what you play for stream/content?
This is a really good question. And I would say that I've actually tried to stop playing content games while I'm not making content or streaming. Let's take a good example. Let's take Animal Crossing. I grew a ton on Twitch and got partnered my first year, and I grew my channel from nothing. Pretty much almost only with Animal Crossing. I had 4 islands. It was a whole thing. And I burned myself out so bad that I couldn't even touch Animal Crossing for, like, I'm only just recently picked Animal Crossing back up. It was pretty bad. I've also done the same thing with Stardew Valley. There was a time where I was so hyper fixated on Stardew Valley. I would play it on stream for hours. And then after stream, I would play more Stardew Valley, like a different save file. And it was just like Stardew Valley all day, every day. And that was really bad for my content because I burned out so bad. I couldn't stream it anymore. But everyone was so used to watching me stream this game that I got so burnt out and I couldn't do it anymore. So those are just a couple of examples of times that I've just been so hyper fixated on games that I'm playing on stream or making content for that I can't play them anymore. And so I'm trying not to get to that point again with the things that I'm playing on stream or for YouTube. I am keeping them strictly on YouTube or on Twitch. So games that I stream a lot of would be Animal Crossing, Stardew Valley. I very rarely will open up those games off stream anymore. It's just something I've had to do to kind of protect my ability to stream the games. Keeps me really excited to create content for them as well. So some games that I am currently playing off stream / outside of content is a whole lot of Tetris. I know, so exciting. All I want to do right now is just curl up in bed, take off my makeup and go play Tetris. I also play a lot of Don't Starve. It's a survival game. It's really heckin' fun. I also play a lot of indie games off stream. I've been playing more Tunic. It's a game that kind of recently came out. I did stream it a little bit, but I decided it's probably better for me to play it off stream. I also really enjoy Souls-like games. So Elden Ring came out a while ago and I tried to stream it and my community was just like, a lot of people were super supportive, but Elden Ring, for instance, is very different from the more chill games that I usually play on stream. I'm sticking to playing Souls-like games off stream. I love the Dark Souls series. I really want to play Bloodborne. I have Demon Souls to the PS5. I really want to play that. Yeah, I still need to finish Elden Ring. Pretty much anything that's just like not cozy, I'm trying to save for off stream.
How did it feel when you first started streaming? Was it nerve-wracking? What was the hardest part?
This question, oh my goodness. I started streaming on Twitch 2 years ago-ish, and it was extremely scary. I never really put myself out there on the internet very much, so to just kind of have my face live in front of people who knows who could come in to my stream was terrifying. I literally, you know what? I'm just gonna like insert a clip from my Twitch channel, and the quality is so bad because I wasn't even streaming in HD. It was like potato quality. What? Did you get it? Okay. That was me 2 years ago. I was very shy. I was very scared. I was very nervous and very just not comfortable in my own skin. But that was more of just like a personal problem than like a being in front of the camera problem. I told myself when I first sat down to start streaming that I would not quit for the first week. I told myself, girl, you are going to stream 7 days in a row, no matter what. And you are going to keep doing it no matter what. And then, and only then, are you going to decide if you want to keep streaming or not. I knew that I would be so scared and terrified and anxious and like a nervous wreck, but it was something that I really wanted to do. Like I really wanted to try it. At the time, I really wanted to make friends in Animal Crossing. I just wanted to put myself out there, which like, looking back was kind of a funny way of doing it. But I wouldn't have it any other way. And I kid you not, I literally sat there shaking with anxiety for that first week. But I feel like it's one of those things where you just have to acknowledge that it's going to be really uncomfortable and really scary, but you have to try if it's something you really want to do. And the one thing that I kept telling myself was all these big streamers or like anyone on Twitch that you look up to, they all started somewhere. They all had their very first stream. And unless they were already content creators, they were probably just as terrified and they probably started with lower quality equipment. Everyone had a first stream. And it's the same thing with YouTube. Everyone had a first YouTube video. But I would say I probably started to break out of my shell after about a month of streaming. And that's when I got affiliate. I started to become really comfortable with just being my goofy self. My energy started to really pick up after that. What did I just say? And I think the hardest part for me was one, pushing myself to do it. I would say after a couple of days of streaming, my regulars that were there to support me weren't there. And this kid came into my chat, asked to come to my Animal Crossing island. I said, yes, okay, whatever. And I was so scared. I was so nervous. Didn't want to rock the boat. He literally robbed me, took my stuff and just left. It was like a whole thing. And I just actually went to bed crying that night. I was just like, what am I doing? What am I even doing? Why? No, but I kept going. I think the hardest part when I first started was just getting the guts to do it and to keep showing up and to keep hitting that live button and being so scared of talking to my chat and just pushing through it anyway. And I'm so glad that I did because it's my job now. I'm so blessed. I love it so much. I wouldn't have it any other way.
What is the most challenging aspect of streaming for you?
Well, it's definitely different now because I'm really comfortable on camera and I'm comfortable talking to chat. That has really just come over time. Still, the hardest part of streaming for me is showing up, but for different reasons. Well, multiple reasons. My mental health. Streaming and content creation is very straining and I do have depression and anxiety. So I really have to find a balance that allows my mind to be like healthy. And for that reason, I can't even stream as much as I would like to. I only stream 4 days a week, but if I had it my way, I would be streaming 5-6 days a week for like 7-8 hours a day. I would love to do that, but I can't. I have to prioritize my mental health and my energy. So instead, I stream about 4 days a week for around 4 hours. And I found this is a healthy balance for me. Unfortunately, it means I probably make less money, but I don't really care. I would rather be happy and healthy, which is exactly why I do this instead of, like a real job. The other reason why sometimes it's hard to show up is because sometimes it feels so easy to quit. And I'm just being honest. Sometimes it feels so easy to just say, wow, I'm doing terrible. Wow, I have, declined so much. I'm so sad. Woe is me. Why should I even bother to keep streaming? It's really, really, really easy to feel that way. It's really easy to be bombarded with negative feelings and negative emotions, especially if you suffer from imposter syndrome or you are really into numbers, because Twitch does push numbers a lot. It's hard to keep going. It is so much easier to just say, I give up. I'm just gonna move on to something else. And it's also really hard not to compare yourself to other people, other streamers. So I do my best to just tune all of that out and be like, am I happy? Yes. Is my community happy? I think so. Am I paying my bills? Mostly yes. Then I'm just like, all right, cool. I've never really been one to hyperfixate on numbers and things like that. I think it's really unhealthy, although it is good to chart your growth and kind of see how things are going. It's super important to check in. I try not to hyperfixate on the things that could make me want to quit, because that's really easy. Streaming is hard. Content creation is hard. I feel like I'm about to find out how hard YouTube is as well, but that's okay. I'm just vibing, whatever. So yeah, I guess in summary, it's just showing up. It's just to keep going. There's also a lot of other things to navigate, like technical issues, the pressure to continuously come up with new ideas, new content, the pressure to make sure my community is happy, the pressure to make sure that my numbers aren't declining, which largely isn't even in my control, the pressure to network. There's a lot that comes with streaming, but the benefits definitely, I would say, outweigh the challenges for me. I used to be a web designer and a graphic designer, and I used to make a lot more money before Twitch became my job. I'm just being perfectly honest. I would make way more money getting a real job, and I could go get a real job. But this brings me so much joy and fulfillment and happiness despite all of the challenges that come along with it. I don't think I would trade this for anything. So that's actually it for all the questions that I received. If you have any more questions for me, you can actually post them in the comments below and I'll respond to them there. If you're enjoying your time here so far, you can definitely subscribe if you aren't already. I mean, it's up to you. No pressure. If you aren't following me on Twitch, you can also go check me out there. We are an 18+ community, just as a heads up, but you can come and hang out and talk to me live. Catch you all on Twitch and in my next video. Bye!